Okay, it says I'm live. Y'all are not used to seeing me, so I don't know if anybody will even notice that I'm live, but I'm just testing. I've got well, things have changed a lot in my life in the last 9 months, and so I haven't been on video or streaming, either one. So if you watch this and you're not watching the stream, you're just watching, it later. I'm just going to go ahead and talk, even though nobody's here. So if I say some things twice, you'll understand why. um, first I had hi, Janet. I'm so glad you're here. Does the stream look decent? I haven't done it in a while and everything's changed. So I had a hard time even figuring out how to do it. It looks good. Okay, good. Well, I'm so glad to have you here. I'm going to do a video later. Hello, my quiet corner. I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you're someone that I've known in the past or not. I don't have my list. Tell you right now, everything is in such an uproar that it's not really an uproar, but it's upended. Let me say that. Carol, okay, Carol, I'm glad you're here. My I had a hip replacement in April, and in August. Before that, for several months, I was in so much pain I couldn't do any streaming or videos or crafts or anything. And then after I had my hip replaced in August, my stepfather went into the hospital in September, and then he passed away in October. And so there have been a lot of changes around here, and it's been a hard year. I'm now in my mom's house. I'm not really living anywhere. I'm halfway here and halfway at my house, and she's right next door to me. So it's I feel like I don't actually have a home. I'm halfway at her house and halfway at my house with Ethan. So I'm just going back and forth. But anyway, I'm moving into her house. I'm sleeping here at night. I have a bedroom over here and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to set up a way to stream and do videos over here. I think I'll be able to do videos. I'm not sure how streaming's going to go. I'm streaming right now just on Wi-Fi. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. So glad you're here. I'm streaming right now just on Wi-Fi. I tried to hook it up to an Ethernet cord, but I had to trail it, all across the room to hook it up. And the download speed was double with the Ethernet, but the upload speed was exactly the same, and it's very slow upload. So y'all let me know how this is going. I don't know. I'm sure it will lag even more than normal because it feels like even the video is weird. Anyway, I have missed you too, hon. I've missed all of you. I haven't done very much. I've done a little more spinning than anything else because I could sit in my recliner and do that. I did work on these two little journals in my recliner, so I'll show y'all those. I'm not doing this on StreamYard because I don't think I have enough bandwidth over here to do StreamYard and have someone come on with me right now. Hopefully Tanya is going to be able to stream on Sunday, and I'm going to try to come on with her, and we will see if that works. I don't know if it'll make a difference if she's hosting it and she has a better bandwidth than I do, if that will help or not. I don't know. Anyway, I did make this little journal. I haven't done anything inside it yet. I just made it out of scraps. I was just trying to use scraps up. And then one of the little weaving things that I did in a video, one of the last videos I did, I stuck it on here, and then just some, random fibers around to make a closure. So I made several little turtles that I haven't done anything in. And then this one, and I just made a kind of a tuck spot for it. I did actually do a couple of pages in this one. I got some photos, old photos off of eBay. I'll show you some of them later, but I can't even remember what they cost, but they were really cheap, so I decided to just go ahead. But oh no, I decided scavenger hunt I should be doing that, but I'm not. I haven't even watched anybody, so I didn't even watch the streamathon this year. That's how bad I've been. I haven't been wanting to do much of anything. Thank you. It's nice to be back on. Anyway, I did do that page, and I did this one. And I think that's pretty much all I've done in this book. So I got a couple of books to work in. I just haven't done much in them. And beyond that, the only thing I've done is spin some yarn. So I'll show y'all the yarn I've been spinning. I've spun, well, let me just put them out here, and then I'll show them to you one at a time. I've done, like I said, more yarn spinning than anything. But today I was packing up a lot of my wool to bring it over here so I, have access to it. Thanks, Teresa. And I realized I have enough wool to spin for 10 years at least. I said probably a lifetime, but maybe not, maybe 10 years. But here is some of these are scrap. Both of these are leftovers of other things that I did that I've spun together to make yarn. I'm trying to, Dameron, Ken Dameron, I can't see very good. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Kingdom Maroon, I don't know. What? Tell me how to say your name. Anyway, this one is one ply is silk and one ply is wool. And it was just leftovers I had from two other things that I did. And I think it turned out really pretty. It's a little bluer on screen. It's a little more green in real life. So, oh, Kathy D, okay. Boy, everybody's changed their names while I was gone. I'm going to be lost forever. I need to get a piece of paper and write this down. This is some leftovers that I had. And then it was plied with some other leftovers I had. So this is one more skein of the yarn I'm going to use to crochet my sweater. I think this is number 5. I'm supposed to do 8 to do the sweater, but I think this is number 5. Yeah, I liked it better when they would just let you be your channel name, and I just made my name my channel name, so it looks I look the same, except it says @ in front of it. Yeah. This is probably my favorite one, just because I love these colors. This is a really soft wool. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Rambouillet, but I'm not positive. And then this one is another one that I made where I used 2 different things that I already had, just leftovers of, and put them together. And then this one is some merino wool. It was I got a pound of this at the thrift store for like $10 of the wool itself to spin. And it was just yellow. When you see the just yellow in there, there's not a whole lot of the just yellow, but it was yellow. It had tiny little specks of green and rust color in it. And so I took it and I split it in half, and I dyed half of it with rust, oranges, and I dyed half of it with greens. and I made the dye pot where it would be mottled. It wouldn't all be solid. And so then I came and then I applied those two together, the green and the orange. And I think it turned out pretty good. I'm not a big yellow fan, so this way I might actually like it. The way it was naturally, I didn't really care for it. This is some that I got, and it was in roving form. And I don't know what kind of wool it was. It didn't say, but it came, I got two bumps, one that was green and one that was blue. And this right here is a combination of the green and the blue. And then and then I got some bumps that had, each one had a different color. It had yellow and orange and red and blue and purple and green. And so I did those in a row and then applied them with the blue and the green to get this one. So you were eyeing up a spinning wheel today. Okay. My quiet corner. Did I get, oh, Carol. I was going, I know you told me your name, but I can't remember. I hope you'll get it because spinning is a lot of fun. Now I got to start doing stuff with it. But these I've got to get them off the bobbin so I can actually spin something else. But anyway, that makes my back hurt, so I haven't done it yet. Taking it off the bobbins. You have a rigid head loom. I do too. In fact, I have 3. I got rid of my floor loom because I just couldn't do it. Well, it's not gone. It's in the, I got stuff everywhere here. It's in the garage for Hannah to take. The big floor loom that's like 45 inches wide and 8 shafts. We just took it out of the living room and put it in the garage for her. And I have a 24-inch rigid head loom on a stand, and then I have an 18-inch one that I got from a guy in, I ordered it from Ukraine actually on eBay, and it's beautiful. It's all wood and it's been varnished. It's just gorgeous. I love it, but it's not as much fun to weave on because I have to put it up against a table. Like if this was the table and my legs were here, I would push it up against the table and have it on my lap. And I thought I could do it in my recliner, just putting it on top of my board on my recliner, but I haven't really been able to do that. And then I've got a little one that's about 8 inches wide that I've made the scarf on it and some mug rugs, and that's about it. But the 24-inch one, I'm looking forward to getting to work on that one some. I got that right before I had my hip replacement, and I just haven't done very much on it. There was already a warp on it. The lady that I bought it from had already warped it for some kitchen towels, and it wasn't really my color palette. It's not what I would have chosen, so I haven't been excited to weave it, but I feel guilty not weaving it if I just throw it away, you know. So I need to weave enough for at least one kitchen towel, and then I can feel like I can throw it away and put on what I want to do. But anyway, I've brought that over here too, so I'm looking forward to getting to weave. But I haven't got my spinner over here yet. But I can only bring so much a day. I'm still trying to heal from my hip, and I did so much distance walking before I was really ready to do that after the hip replacement. And I have not been able to, let me just say, after Daryl passed away, I just had to kind of go hide and do nothing for a while. And in fact, they made me go back to my walker because I just couldn't do anything. But an Ashford Knitter's loom with a stand. Mine is, what is it? I should know. I want to say it's an Ashford, but it's not called. It's not the Knitters. The Knitters loom is the one that folds up. Is that right? Is it the one that folds up? Mine doesn't fold up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the name of it is now that I'm trying to remember. I can't. I just decided I might as well be doing a little something while we're sitting here. Yes, yours is okay. Well, I think mine is an Ashford too, but it's just a 24-inch loom. It doesn't fold up. Anyway, I've got several heddles for it. She had it set up for a double heddle, which I haven't ever done yet. But I had to get in a place where I could, not be in so much pain, so I could try to figure it out. And like I said, I still got that one warp I need to get off of it so I can do something else. But and I have one of those what do you call it? Oh, I am too. Thank you, Carol. The heddle that you can put different size slots in, and you can use thick yarns in one place and thin yarns in another place. You know what I'm talking about, Carol? It's the reed is or the heddle. I guess they call it a heddle in those. It's adjustable. Anyway, you can take it apart, and you can use different size yarns in your warp. And I'm really looking forward to playing with that. That's one of the last things I bought with my crafty money. Before I went to, I'm not buying craft supplies because I have too many, and I can't even bring over here a fourth of what I have. So I can't be buying more. I need to just use what I've got. But I did buy that heddle. I wish I could remember the name of it. I want to say deferential, but that's not right. It's absolutely not right. But anyway. I decided to just doodle on some jelly prints while I'm here. I appreciate those of you that are here because I'm getting kind of lonely without my community, and I haven't had much gumption, and so it's nice to want to do stuff again finally. Now I just got to get my act together where I can do stuff, but anyway, I'm trying. I'm working on it. You have a 7 and a 12 dent. Yeah. It does take time to heal. They say it takes a full year to get all the way back to the place where you don't remember you had to have a hip replacement. And I can believe that at this point. It's been, let's see, September, October, November, December, January. I'm not quite 5 months from the surgery. I had the surgery in, oh, that's okay, Kim. Welcome. Glad you're here. I had the surgery on August 11th. So on January 11th, it will have been 5 months. And so I've got to remind myself, not to be discouraged. But, I've talked to people who've had their hip replaced, and in 3 months, they were just up doing everything, and they didn't have to still use a walking stick or anything. And that has not been my experience. Of course, most people don't wait until they're almost not able to walk before they have the surgery done. So there is that. But It's my own fault that I let it get so bad. But anyway, it's not an easy decision to make, and I really thought it was a pulled muscle or ligament. I didn't. If I had looked it up, if I had looked up, arthritic hip or something like that, I would have known, because when I did look it up after the doctor said that's what I had, then then the symptoms were exactly what I had, but it didn't feel like I thought that should feel until right at the end. Right at the end, I started having the scraping and the feeling of like I thought it would feel. But for a long time, it just felt like my hip flexor muscle was damaged. And um, so that was, anyway, enough excuses. I did finally get it done, and I'm glad I did, but I'm not bouncing back as quick as I wanted to, but I'm doing as good as I think I can, considering how limited my activity level was for the last 6 months before. I mean, it was getting more and more limited. I was having more and more trouble doing anything, starting 3 years ago. So I shouldn't be surprised, that it's taken me a long time to get back. So thank you for your thumbs up. I appreciate it. Got 4 people here. At least that's what it shows in my thing, is 4, and 4 thumbs up. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good. This is a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen metallic copper, number 252. Those of you who know me know I love copper, so I can't even remember where I found this. I think I found it at Hobby Lobby, and it was marked down or something. I can't remember. Yeah, they show up really good, don't they? You should have known it would be copper. Yeah. Copper's my thing. I like other metallics too. Gold is probably second, but copper is my favorite. If I was just going to have one metallic-y thing, it would definitely be copper. That reminds me, I found some. I'm going to see if I can find it here in just a second and show you. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, and I can't even now at this point remember where I got it. But I don't think I ever showed it on a video. Y'all can tell me if you've seen it before when I show you. But some copper mesh. Let me see if I can find it. I think I know exactly where it is, but I wasn't realizing I have all this stuff in the way, so I might not can get to it, but we'll try. I'm finding all kinds of stuff since I'm moving over here. I'm trying to curate what I move over here and not just move everything over, Oh, green and copper, yeah. Well, I don't know. My other hip looked fine in the x-ray. In fact, the doctor said, this is what your hip's supposed to look like, and this is what this one looks like. It's bothering you. So I'm hoping if I just keep walking and exercising it and stay away from inflammation-producing foods, it's getting away from the things that make arthritis bad. That's, Anyway, look at this. I wish I could remember where I got it, so I can't even tell you that because I don't remember. But doesn't that look like fun? I got to use it somehow. It's like I'm not sure if it's a tube or if it just looks like it's a tube. Yeah, it's a tube. It's a copper tube. Oh, pockets. That's a great idea. Anyway, I found that when I was digging through my stuff, and I thought, okay, definitely that needs to go with me. Um, when I found it the first time, I knew what I was doing when I chose it, you know. Right now, my other hip isn't bothering me, and this hip is feeling better. It gets tired, and I can tell when I do, you know, try to do carry stuff that's too heavy is my biggest problem. And it still doesn't want me to go up steps with that leg first. I've got to go ahead and do it some, you know, to strengthen it. But it's getting better as we go. So, but the other hip doesn't bother me. But I had a back injury about 35 years ago. I fell and hurt my back. And that the surgeon, when he looked at my hip, it looks like a stabilizer kind of wrap. Well, that would make sense. Interesting. Anyway, he looked at, when he was looking at the x-ray, of course, he took, you know, my hips. And so you saw a little bit of my back, you know, my spine. And he said, your back looks really bad. He said, unfortunately, we don't do back replacements. But he said, you need to be really careful. He said, you keep going to the chiropractor regularly because that will help it the most to keep it under control, you know. Rodent control. Interesting. I wonder if Walmart's where I found it. It may be. That may be exactly where I found it. Rodent control. I always, you know, thought that's what you use steel wool for, but I guess this is the same kind of thing. It's prettier. Just push it into the holes. Well, I'm going to do fun stuff with it instead. I do probably have some holes that need some steel wool, though. But anyway, I'm trying to stop eating inflammation-producing things. I needed to do that anyway because I've definitely gained weight since I hurt my hip. And I've got to lose some weight for my knees, for my hip, for my back. But like I said, my back is my biggest issue now. So I've learned that I do a little bit, and then I just go lay down flat on my back, and rest it a little bit. Don't do too much without resting it, and that's making a huge difference on how quickly I recover from when my back's bothered me. In the past, I have just kept going because I had to do what I had to do, and I just felt like I had to do everything I had to do, you know. But now I'm just telling myself you don't have to do everything just because you think everything that's needed isn't necessary. Maybe you know what I mean? You can't do everything, so you have to do it as you can, and that's what I'm trying to do now, is just do the most important stuff and try to slowly add in some fun stuff. So, but yeah, we may make some pockets with it. Maybe I don't have protection on this table yet, so I don't want to do too much. It was nice to see you too. Thanks for coming in, Carol. I appreciate it. It'd be a pretty around a bowl or a flower pot too. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Anyway, well, I'm at least glad that I can stream. I don't know if you can tell from when you type something to how long it takes me to answer it, what the lag is. But if somebody could type something and then count how long it takes me to answer it, I'm going to watch right now. When I first see it, I'm going to say something. and you tell me how big the lag is. If you could do that, I'd appreciate it. In fact, I'm not gonna do any more of this right now. I'm gonna sit and watch till. Okay, Kim says hi. Teresa says hi. How long was that? About 8 seconds. Well, that's not bad actually. Okay, Kim says 11 Mississippis. Okay, well I was figuring it'd be a lot, a good 30 seconds or more. So I'm not feeling too bad about it. I was worried because the upload speed is only like 20 megabytes per second. And I'm used to doing it at 150. And so I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. So we will see. If Tanya can stream on Sunday, then we will see it. If I can do enough to use StreamYard and stream with her. And we may, I'll try. If that works out well with me being on with her, then I'll try having someone on with me later and see if that will work. But of course, it may be a slow time of day. I don't know. When Tanya does her streams, it's usually, in the afternoon on Sunday, and people are usually, watching football or something else. So that's probably not a high traffic time. So it might be okay. I'm wanting to do some jelly printing, and but I've got to protect this table before I do anything that involves paint. I'm trying to find a normal time that I can stream again, and I'm not sure what that will be, but Monday afternoons might be a good time for me to do that. I have things going on Tuesday afternoons, but I don't typically have obligations on Monday afternoons. So I may try to find a time when I can stream on Monday afternoons. I would probably start earlier than I did today. Maybe when Mom's taking a nap, because I'm going to have to get off in a few minutes and go help get supper ready for her and eat supper with her. So, I would need to be off by 5:30, or we're eating leftovers today, so I can stay on a little bit longer. I'm not having to cook something. But if I could plan to stream in a time where I could get off by 5, then I could, have time to actually cook something for her. So anyway, I haven't even been on Facebook. I have been terrible about the Facebook group. So it's not because I've forgotten about y'all. I just haven't been able to do much. So I've also got to try to fit in more time for walking. Distances. When it's right now, actually, I can't complain about the weather. It's actually been pretty good. I just haven't made myself get out and go walk. My son is very protective, and he's not ready for me to go out and try to walk somewhere yet. There is a church with a walking track. Oh, thanks, Teresa. Me too. And I'm good. It's just, it's just been hard to try to figure out what's going to be our new normal. So anyway, there is a one of the churches has a walking track, so I may go, walk if he'll get him to go walk with me in the evenings once in a while. I would rather do it in the morning, but that works out. Evenings work out better for him. So yeah, there has been a lot to happen. My brother has been here. He came in right before, moved up here. He just transferred his job up here for a while, right before my surgery. So he's been here to help throughout all of this, and that has been such a huge blessing. I can't imagine. I just couldn't have done it if he wasn't here. So many things just wouldn't have gotten done. So it's trying to get, things to help mom get, all the financial stuff that you have to do done, is taking both of us. Excuse me. Let me get a drink. Well, we've had some adversity, so I'm grateful I have a brother. That's true. We had a scare on Sunday. He was taking something up into the attic, the Christmas decorations. He was putting the Christmas decorations up. And I'm not sure how I can even show y'all this. Let me just do it on here, and then I can always jelly print over it. But we have a doorway from the dining room, and it goes down the steps. And they're very steep steps. There's probably 15 of them down to the basement. And then from the attic, you pull down like a ladder, a folding ladder, down to these steps and lock it right here and go up the ladder into the attic. So, so you've got stairs going down, and then you've got stairs coming down from the attic. So when you go up the attic, you're going above the stairs to the basement. Okay. It was not the smart place to put that thing, but that's where it is. The house was built so long ago. I don't know what, they probably just used a ladder to go up to the attic, but my dad had this pull down ladder thing installed. Anyway, my brother was going up to take to the attic to take Christmas ornaments. So he had this big thing in his hand, and he was going up the ladder, and this one right here broke. And when it did, this ladder that had been resting on this step just went whoo and swung back, and he fell because he wasn't holding on. He couldn't hold on to anything because he had this thing in his hand. And he fell, and he hit his hip and his back on these stairs, the basement stairs. Scared me to death. I tell you, it's a big praise the Lord moment because he could have been hurt so bad. He was just on this step. If he had been up 2 or 3 more steps, it would have been horrible. But both of us, all we could think of was that we were so grateful that it wasn't Mom or Daryl that were going up those steps when it broke. Anyway. Yes, amen. I was so scared because of course, it knocked the breath out of him, and he was afraid, what might have happened to his back. But thankfully, he didn't actually hit on his spine, because if he had, it would have been much, much worse. Anyway, yes, we praise God, because I felt like I told him, I said, your guardian angel was there. But anyway, so he bought a ladder to use, a stable ladder to use to go up in the attic because the light was on up there. And so he had to go back up there, not that day, 2 or 3 days later, and turn off that light because it's a fire hazard to just leave it burning up there. Um, but he said that ladder is so much more stable than the one that was put in by my dad and my granddad, you know, 60 years ago. Well, not quite 60, probably 58 years ago. Anyway, but now nobody can go up into the attic unless they have that letter and can do the work to fix it and stick it up there. Which means I told him, when you go back to Austin, if we need something out of the attic, we're gonna have to call you, tell you to come get it. But because Mom and I are not going back up there. I haven't been up there in several years, but last year Mom went up and got the Christmas stuff down. I wish she had asked for help, but she didn't. But anyway, thankfully this didn't happen when she did that. So we're just putting the Christmas stuff out in the apartment in the back so that we can just go over there and get it, and we don't have to deal with the attic basement situation. Okay, well there's that. Oh, I think that looks pretty cute. This is a little journal that I just did some jelly printing in, to get backgrounds started. And I'd like to do some more and go ahead and, get it ready to use. But I purposefully made sure I left white space, or in this case, cream space, because I didn't want, I'm not good at that. And so I was trying to. I haven't gotten, I don't think I've even gotten half the pages printed on yet, but anyway, there's that. I'm going to let that dry. And then I did this book the same way, except that on this one I just did on the side. And it's basically the same stuff as that. I think what I did was put this down like this and this one down like that on my jelly plate. And so I was able to pull pretty much the same prints for both books. But these I definitely have done some more than the other ones. So this one must have had 2 sessions and that one just had 1 session of jelly printing. There's the other part of this one. Anyway, some of them I like more than others, and I think that's all that's done in there. Anyway, well, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. I feel better knowing that I can stream. And once I, stream with Tanya on Sunday, if that works out, on her channel, we'll be on her channel if that works out. Then I'll feel more like I can invite someone onto my channel if that works out okay. Right now, I'm not feeling good about that, and I don't want to have troubles with someone else until I've had a little bit more of a practice or whatever you want to call it. Plus, I want to get my table protected before that. So, anyway, I appreciate you coming in very much. I stayed on longer than I intended to because y'all made it fun and you let me just jabber on and on. Oh, I just now saw Kim. Yeah. A new normal is difficult. I hope that your new normal comes pretty quickly. Um, but love you, and I'll be saying prayers for you because I know um, that's not a fun thing to go through. But I pray God will bless you, Kim, and your family. Okay, I love you all. I will see you hopefully Sunday, if not before. Now that I've got everything set up where I can just leave it and I can just come on at any point, I might come on for a few minutes several times a week. I don't know. Um, if I don't feel like I have to have some major thing going on, um, then I can probably do more. So anyway, God bless you. Love you all. Bye bye.